My name is Raquel Gabrielle. I'm author of 2 urban fantasy paranormal romance books, working on my 3rd currently, and we're getting closer with the edits. Yeah. We're starting on my third round of edits. I'm still updating. I'm on chapter 13 now, and so I'm getting further along. We today did a group chat of a couple of us authors that have formed a group, and all of us seem to be free on the weekends, so we kind of did a group chat and some sprints today, so that was fun. I got a couple of chapters done in those sprints, but just keeping busy. I'm working through this checklist that I wrote myself, so we're getting through that. And we also had some good chats about a couple of things, like how we all feel, since 3 of us, including myself, is going through getting a book out or publishing a book relatively soon. I'm the one with the most amount of time since I moved my date. Otherwise, I'd be in the same boat as them. So mine is still, a month and a half out now in October 21st. There's ones at the beginning of October and another's at the end of this month, where they have to be done with their book and done with edits, done with everything, and ready to publish. And it's funny just seeing how many other authors are like me, where it's just very hectic, very chaotic when you're getting ready to hit that publish button or getting everything ready to essentially hit that publish button. Between the marketing, the editing, if you're working on the book still, everything up to it is just very hectic, very chaotic, and part of me loves it. I like it, but you also need, with that, you need some time off afterwards, and I'm hoping to do that. I did ask them if they also write during NaNoWriMo, National Novel Writing Month for November, and they do, so they just don't participate really on the website or update the website, which is fine. Doesn't need that, but they do write. So we all are planning to write something in November. Mine, it's gonna be Fern Gully retelling, so amazing. I am so happy. I cannot wait to get started on that. But I did the research, I did the homework. I have it all ready. It's been marinating in the back of my brain. So I'm very excited to start something different, something outside of the world I have been living in for the last 1.5 years, 2 years. Well, technically longer than that, but I digress. Technically, working on it's been probably about 3 years, and technically, since this is one of the main books that I have been working on 10 years plus in the past. So there's that. I do want to also maybe if I want to do some writing other than the short stories that I'm working on throughout the month, I maybe either after November, I don't think before November will work, but maybe after November, after I've done a lot of writing, to kind of cool and calm down, I will work on a short story or novella in the world that I'm working on. I have 4 stories that I want to tell, that I have been knowing that I need to tell these stories. There's the mother of the Fire Sisters. There is Margaret and Robert's relationship. I kind of want to go into details more about that. There's Zeke and Natasha. That one is up in. That one I'm still thinking about because I don't know if it's going to so I know Zeke and Natasha have enough for a full-fledged book. I don't know if it will have more than that. Probably, just because I know the kind of character she is. She's been very vocal in my brain. I also need to tell Shade's story. And I don't know if I want to combine his with Natasha's and Zeke's or not. But their book has to be done before the fourth book. So these are thoughts that are going on in my head. But the two shorter novella stories that are in this world is the Fire Sister's Mother and Robert and Margaret. There are a few others that I could play with a little bit. We have some Reapers that I kind of want to touch on. We have that we've talked about. We have some other. They're like Dragonlight. It's from the first book, but Tierlings, and we have. I think that's all I had really. Actually, I think that's all we had stories for. There is the reason why I hesitated there is because there is technically another story from this book that kind of pulls on, but it's a very thin thread that nobody knows about other than in my mind, and it connects to a whole different other series that I hope to write someday or plan to write. I actually want to go to her book eventually. I don't know if it's going to be anytime soon, but it is partly written. Like, I think I have 50,000 words of it written so far. I don't think I wrote the whole story. I don't know. I'd have to go back and check. It's been a couple years, but they are related, and it was surprising to me because I was like, "Ooh." And as I learned more about Beatrice, the Beastmaster from Hale, I learned she's got some secrets. So those will be told in the future. But I do plan to write a novella short story, and depending on the length of it, it will probably be as like a freebie if uh, if you get my newsletter. So, or if you're on Ream, you will also be able to read it there. But again, it'll be set as free. So there'll be that. Those will be coming in the future. But the next thing I'm going to write is that fairy tale or Ferngully retelling, and the short story I probably plan on doing. But yeah, I've just been keeping busy. There's too many games also, I would like to say. Video games need to take a chill pill. There are too many video games that Raquel wants to play. And I can't. I really can't. Because if I do, the books do not write themselves. They don't. But I want to play Baldur's Gate 3, but luckily, so far, it's not out on Xbox, so we will wait for that. Until then, I play Diablo a little bit, but that's in Disney Dreamlight. But there are other games out there that I want to play. I can't. I can only dabble for a little bit. But I do take time when I'm not in hardcore getting my book ready. the next book will not be like this. I will give myself time so I can enjoy my freedom and space to write in and time to get it there. So I don't just work, sleep. Because that's what it feels like sometimes. But that is all I had for you this week. Thank you for listening to my Raquel talk. I'll check you guys next Monday. Peace. Have a good one.